on Temps, sponsored by Lomax and Airbase. Carpet and Telmart Flooring.
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Chris Sowers with this AccuWeather update. Round number 2 is underway. The rain has already started across parts of the area. We're looking back towards the center city skyline. We had been doing pretty well. We had a decent dry slot for about 4 or 5 hours this morning, but now again the moisture starting to overspread the area. Gray skies. We're at 47 degrees, so temperatures are presently well above the freezing mark. We don't have icy patches out there yet, but you go just west of our viewing area and the temperatures are already starting to crash. Winds are out of the south at 20. We have a wind chill in the city of 40 degrees. Okay, here's Storm Tracker 6 Live. This right there, that little line, that's the Arctic front. Now the temperatures don't drop off immediately. You got to go about an hour to the west to really start getting into the colder stuff, but that's the Arctic front right there. You can see all the rain lined up and down along it here. This is a heavy little batch here. Now it's only going to last maybe 10 minutes or so in any one particular neighborhood, but it is coming down pretty heavily. It's now pushing into eastern Chester County, crossing right over the county line now into Delaware County, and then lower portions of Bucks and Montgomery counties, just getting ready to push into western Philadelphia County. And again, that's the last thing we need to see at this point. You'd almost rather see the snow because at least you have some kind of traction on snow. You don't have any traction on ice. Temperatures north and west are presently above the freezing mark, but keep in mind a lot of these numbers started out in the mid-50s first thing this morning, so we are slowly starting to fall now. Kirkwood 39, Kennett Square 44, Pottstown 43, and then no icing issues on the coastal plain either. Mid-40s showing up here. Look what's going on out to the west, though. That's the Arctic front right there. And I've been watching the Pittsburgh numbers since 4 o'clock this morning. When we first went on the air, they were at 41 degrees. Now the wind chill is 21 below, and it gets really ugly out here to the west. The strength of this area of low pressure, which came straight from the Arctic, is equivalent to a Category 3 hurricane. They're already seeing winds gusting to 70 miles per hour across the Great Lakes states. And look at this out here. We have wind chills anywhere from 30 to 40 degrees below zero. Now, thankfully, we will not see that here, but we could very easily see 10 below wind chills first thing tomorrow morning. So let's time it out for you. About an hour from now, the front is right here. It's right along the coast. Temperatures are still above freezing up and down the I-95 corridor, but they are dropping to the west. All right, we're down to 29 in Lancaster, 31 in Reading. Look at that. An hour afterwards, lunchtime, now just about the whole area is pretty close to freezing, if not lower. And then an hour after that, now the entire viewing area is below freezing. We started out at 57 degrees this morning. Right around sunset, we're talking about temperatures pretty close to 15 or 16 degrees. So more specifically for your neighborhood, this is when temperatures will reach 32 degrees or lower. Now, right through midday in this shaded area here, up and down the I-95 corridor, interior South Jersey from midday through about 2 p.m. And then Jersey Shore, you're included in that as well, but you're going to be closer to the 2 p.m. as opposed to the 12 p.m. So that's a look at when the temperatures drop below freezing in your neighborhood. And I've had a lot of people on social media ask me about, how are the roads going to be? Can I travel? Will it actually be that bad? And the only way I can really answer that is if any surface is untreated, yes, it's going to be that bad. Untreated roads, untreated parking lots, sidewalks, things like that, they will become very icy. You see how wet it is out there, and it's raining pretty good. Temperatures quickly crash over the next few hours. Then we get into the real bitter cold stuff. Wind chills dropping near zero right around sunset. And then as we get into tomorrow morning, it's even worse. So in anticipation of that, the National Weather Service has issued this wind chill advisory. Goes into effect around 6 o'clock this afternoon, and it continues until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, where the wind chill values could get as low as -10. Watch these numbers drop. I mean, this is right around 5 o'clock in the evening. We're at 2 in Philadelphia, 2 below in Allentown, 10 below in the Poconos. This is first thing tomorrow morning, -5 in Philadelphia, -10 in Allentown, 21 below in the Poconos. And then even during the afternoon, at best, we're looking at a wind chill of around 6 or 7 degrees up and down the I-95 corridor. All right, here's the holiday forecast. Christmas weekend, 19 is the high for Christmas Eve. Morning wind chills close to -10. Afternoon wind chills possibly as warm as 5 above. And then for Christmas Day, 27 degrees is the high, with wind chills ranging anywhere from 5 to 15 above. Looks like it's going to be probably the coldest Christmas in about 33 years. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Just remember, take it slow on the roads. Don't try to pass anybody. Leave enough distance in between you and the person in front of you. And let's just all get to our destination safely. I'll be back in another hour with an update. In the meantime, we take you now to the Tamron Hall Show.
Music with people and worshiping the way I wanted to worship, which,
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Chris Sowers with this AccuWeather update. Round number 2 is well underway. We have two big stories at the moment here. One, obviously, is the way that the temperatures are crashing. The second is this right here, the coastal flooding that we're seeing not only along the ocean front, but for the Delaware Bay. And then eventually it's going to get up into the Delaware River as well. We are expecting 1 to 2 feet above what's considered normal tidal levels out and through here. But a lot of the reports that are coming in now are closer to the 2 as opposed to the 1, if not a little bit higher than that. So you're taking on a lot of water from Cape May all the way up to Surf City. Even these smaller communities here in Cumberland County are starting to flood now as well. Okay, the big story for Philadelphia and the immediate surrounding suburbs is this. The rain has started again. Some of it is coming down pretty heavily. You can see the roads, everything wet with the batch that's pushing through. We're at 40 degrees, so yes, the temperatures are starting to fall, but we are above the freezing mark of 32, at least for now. Winds are out of the west, southwest at 18 miles per hour. Let's quickly go over to Storm Tracker 6 Live. You can see this faint line here of yellow, even some reds and oranges. What you're seeing here is a quick burst of sleet. There's so much upward energy with this that we're getting those ice pellets. And yes, it's coming down very heavily, enough to coat the ground. It just passed right over the studio here on City Ave, and it has completely covered the ground. Now, once this line comes and goes, you will go back over to rain here on the back side. But notice the purples and the blues starting to show up a little bit to the west. That's the snow starting to mix in. Temperatures are starting to cool down pretty quickly now, just west of the Delaware River. Also to note, look at all the cloud-to-ground lightning strikes with this, stretching across Upper Deerfield Township, portions of Cumberland County. That's the Arctic front right there barreling through. And then here's a look at the colder air mixing in now. We are flipping that rain over to sleet and snow for areas just west of Philadelphia. What about the temperatures? We're now down to 40 in Philadelphia. Look at the 30s showing up out here to the west now. 39 in Dover, Wilmington 39, Reading 39, Lancaster 35. Everybody is still above freezing, so we're not really dealing with icy patches yet unless you still have a little bit of that sleet on the ground. Wind chills, though, tell a different story. Look how cold these are getting now. 42 in Millville, but we're down to 31 in Philadelphia, 26 in Reading, and 22 in Lancaster. And then it gets really ugly on the other side of the state here. You're traveling along the Pennsylvania Turnpike. We go from 31 above in Philadelphia to 22 below in Pittsburgh. And the numbers actually get much, much worse across the Ohio Valley. Okay, the front is through by 11:30. Now it's off the coast. Temperatures are crashing at this point. We're still right around 40 degrees. Just an hour after that, boom, now we're down to 30 or 31. This is when the icing begins, probably within the next hour, hour and a half for the entire viewing area. Look at this. Even the coast is down to 32 or lower at that point. And then into the late afternoon, early evening hours, these numbers just go the wrong way. 16 degrees by 7 o'clock this evening. We're going to go all the way down to about 9 or 10 in Philadelphia overnight tonight. So what you need to know here with the potential for this flash freeze now, right through 2 p.m., you're going to get that quick burst with the front coming through of rain, changing over to sleet and snow. Also, as the temperatures crash, everything's going to freeze over. Even the car door, I'm sure you've had this problem before when you try to open the door and it's not budging because it's just frozen. So you may run into that. And then anything untreated, any surface, roads, sidewalks, parking lots, if it's untreated, it's going to become very, very slippery later today. Also, the winds with the passage of the front, this is only going to add to the misery here. We'll see gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. Not only could that create power outages, but it's also going to produce those dangerous wind chills, especially by evening when the wind chill gets down close to 0, and then it gets much colder after midnight tonight. So the National Weather Service has issued this wind chill advisory. It goes into effect from 6 p.m. this evening through about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's very rare you don't see too many of these in our neck of the woods. Wind chills as low as -10 first thing tomorrow morning. So here it comes. You can see the purple. There's two colors you'd never want to see on a temperature map. One is red because that means it's really, really hot. And then the other is purple because that means it's really, really cold. And you can see it here. Look at the darker purple out here. They are looking at wind chills close to 30 below across the western part of the Keystone State. This is 5 o'clock this afternoon. We're looking at 2 above in Philadelphia, 2 below in Allentown, 10 below in the Poconos. First thing tomorrow morning, this is Christmas Eve, 10 below in Allentown, 5 below in Philadelphia, 5 below in Trenton, about 4 below in Wilmington. And then during the afternoon, it gets a little bit better, but not much. We're still talking about wind chill values anywhere from maybe 3 to 8 degrees above 0. All right, the Christmas Eve forecast, at least we see the return of some sunshine, but the temperatures are going to struggle. We're only forecasting a high of 19. Again, morning wind chills close to -10, afternoon wind chills around 5 or 6. Okay, that's going to do it for now. We're going to be back. Action News at noon starts in a little bit less than an hour from now. In the meantime, everyone stay safe out there and take it easy. We're now going to join your regularly scheduled programming, which is The View.
Oh, he has that kind of strength.
Thrilled. What I found interesting was
I'm meteorologist Cecily Tynan with this AccuWeather alert. The well-advertised Arctic front has now pushed offshore, and you can see the last of the snow showers and squalls now approaching the Garden State Parkway. So the moisture is moving out, but the cold air is moving in. A wider view showing that there's some heavy snow moving across upstate New York, still raining across New England, but even there, it will be changing over to snow as the cold air catches up to the moisture. Temperature-wise, we are now dropping below freezing. Philadelphia 30 degrees, Allentown 22, Cape May 32, Wilmington 28, and the Poconos already down to 16 degrees. And it's going to get a lot colder. You can see Pittsburgh right now. That's the air temperature, not the wind chill. It's 4 degrees below zero, and that's the air mass that's moving our way. So please be careful tonight. Untreated surfaces will get very icy. By 5 o'clock, 18 degrees, and then by 3 o'clock in the morning, down to 11 degrees. And tonight, tomorrow, and actually even on Sunday, we have some pretty intense wind gusts. So a wind chill advisory has been posted, goes into effect 6 o'clock tonight to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is for wind chills as low as 10 degrees below zero. So this shows at 6 o'clock tonight, it's already feeling like 1 degree below zero Philadelphia, 5 below in Allentown, 8 degrees below zero in Lancaster. So it's Friday night. I know a lot of people out and about. Please dress in layers and really cover up, especially tomorrow morning. This is really the worst of it. 6 below Philadelphia, 9 below in Trenton, 10 below in Allentown. If you're skiing up in the Poconos, you may want to take a lot of breaks in the lodge. That wind chill is 7 o'clock in the morning down to 21 degrees below zero. And even into the afternoon, wind chills will be stuck in the single digits. I'll have another update in an hour and a full report on Action News beginning at 4 o'clock. I'm meteorologist Cecily Tynan, and we now join Rachel Ray, already in progress.
Because people have different.
I'm meteorologist Cecily Tynan with this AccuWeather alert. Right now, our weather computer has crashed, so I want to tell you what's going on. The Arctic front has rolled through. It brought us rain, it brought us snow squalls, and you can see on Storm Tracker 6 Live that all the moisture has now pushed offshore. So what's going to be happening behind this system? We get the much colder air that's moving in. Overnight, between about 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, temperatures were in the mid to upper 50s. Now they're already dropping down below freezing into the 20s, and the winds are picking up. So please be careful tonight. There will be icy spots on untreated surfaces, and a wind chill advisory goes into effect at 6 o'clock tonight through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're looking at wind chills dropping as low as 10 degrees below zero, and wind chills will be a factor right through the weekend. Tomorrow for Christmas Eve, wind chills in the afternoon no better than the single digits. On Christmas Day, nearly as cold. Wind chills will only be in the teens, so you definitely do want to bundle up. But Storm Tracker 6 Live double scan showing that system that brought us the heavy rain, the snow squalls with really some blinding snow. The moisture has moved out. Now it's all across upstate New York, New England also dealing with some real heavy rain. They'll even be getting a changeover to snow over the next few hours. So tonight, really the big problem, it's not what's falling from the sky, it's the falling temperatures. Temperatures will be dropping well down into the teens overnight. And if you're heading out, I know it's Friday night before Christmas, a lot of Christmas parties, you really do want to bundle up because those wind chills will be dropping below zero by about 6 o'clock tonight, and tomorrow those wind chills dropping as low as 10 degrees below zero. And please, please, please do not forget about the pets. Please bring them inside. It'll be dangerously cold for them. We'll have a full update even with graphics coming up on Action News at 4.